G'day, welcome to Board Game Backers, brought to you by Liberty Guild Gaming. Today we're doing a solo playthrough of Wroth, and today's opponent, our opponent is the Guild, and I am playing as the Paladin. So the first scenario in this game is hiding in plain sight. Many have been tempted to look at the Drudgeon's economy as a zero-sum game, but the Guild's latest plan is to take the game and make it a reality. The Guild's stealthy operatives have engaged in an unprecedented campaign of theft, seeking to drain their opponent's coffers of Korra. Your job is to stop the bleeding before you can no longer afford to take the field. And our event here is that AR does not spend Korra, and when advancing the district-based token, it simply rotates between the two objectives. Mission is first to 25 points, and the setup here, all you had to do in the setup is everything is the same in terms of your these district bonus tokens. Is that you roll the dice. First regions 1 to the 4, place an objective token, roll the dice again, and then place it on the district base. So the setup is relatively simple in comparison. I've already rolled the chaos die, and we are starting on active double ganger. So on the maintenance phase, we move the district base token over here, and we activate double ganger, which is gain one point for every human and steal 1 Korra. I've got no Korra to steal, and so they gain 1 point straight off the bat. Moving it down to 8, flipping this over to 2, and I do have a bit of an advantage in case of with my special feature, which allows me to, each time a Paladin would gain Korra, you may instead immediately deploy one of my characters. So I'm not too concerned about the Korra in this particular scenario, so it does kind of give me a bit of an advantage. And I was quite surprised to see that in there when I pulled it out, pulled the 3 out of random, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll play this one. And but I'm sure it'll be just as challenging. So excellent. And now we move on to the spoil phase. No spoil phase in the first round. Moving on to the groundwork, we each get Korra. So he gets Korra, and rather than me getting Korra, I am going to simply place one of these on the board to start. And we also get to deploy one of our characters onto our deployment base, and we roll the all-seeing die, and there we go. And what are you going to do? You're going to get Korra. Of course you are. Cool. There we go. And now we're moving on to the draft phase. So let's roll the 3 dices. Wow, straight to attacking. None of these are really helpful for me because I'm not on the field just yet. So I might have to do an exodus and bring my people on the field. And so I will grab that reinforcement die and 2 of these. I will. Excellent. And he gets this lowly one over here. So I am, first off the bat, I am going to do an exodus. So I am going to actually use this damage token, take him out. And now I do an exodus, which is, I'm going to go here. And where are some of the, I want some Korra to keep bringing people up. And with the horse, I am going to go here as well. Because I'm going to, and there we go, an exodus. And just keep in mind, when we're moving people to different sort of random areas, rather than putting 2 here, I'm going to go over here. And this one here can actually move 2. So 1, if there was anybody in this area, I could have just simply attacked. So in the case of this damage token, for example, I could have actually just killed him as I moved and took out one of these guys. But that's all right. And I get to move up 1 more. And that is me done. He gets to get 2 Korra. And he doesn't actually get suspended. He gets to attack. And there is no one to attack. There's no one adjacent to him. So, and I get to do a reinforcement, an area that I occupy, and I am going to put 2 here. I am. And to a place that I occupy. Excellent. There we go. Now it actually goes to him, and we roll the die, and he gets to disperse. And this is the area that has the most troops, so he disperses to the lowest region. And that is the end. Considering I used up all my dice, he doesn't get another turn. We're moving on to the point phase. I get 2 points over here. 1 for controlling it, another 1 for dominating it. Also the same over here. That's another 2. He also gets 2 for that one. And he also gets another 2 for that one. And I get 2 points plus 1 more for dominating. So that's 1, 2, 3. I also get an additional point for having one of my horses on the field. And there we go. Excellent. And the only way he gets these people on the field is as you go through the chaos die. So it gives me, yep. And now we're moving on to the maintenance phase. So we move the district district token over to here. We activate the chaos die for 2. AI gains 4 Cora. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Move it up to activate doppelganger, which is gain an extra point for each player. And still Cora, don't have any. And there we go. And we'll move that to 3. Okay, now we're moving on to the spoil phase. I get to move 2 people onto the board, or move 2, or deploy 2. So I'm going to deploy 2 here. And I also control that area there, so I do get a Cora. But rather than getting a Cora, I am going to put, and I'm actually going to put one of these on the board. I am, and I'm going to put you over here. That way the focus is over there. Thank you. And we, over here, he gets a reinforcement. Wow, that's nasty. He deploys 4 people on the area where there is the most threat. So over here, it's where we've got equal here. But in terms of threat, you go to the lowest region. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here, and we've got no more sort of profile tokens, character tokens with a picture. Now we'll move on to the groundwork phase, where we each get Cora, but rather than I'm getting a Cora, I am going to and deploy one of these. So he's got 4 here, I've got 3. I want to maintain control of that region. But he's also going to focus a lot of attention there if he does any attacks. So I am going to go here. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, then that. I am going to go over here. So this one's going to get some attention, unfortunately. And then we'll go back to this one. Okay, and that is my turn on that one. And I'm also going to place 1 here. And he gets to place 1 in his district bonus area over here. And he also gets a Cora. Excellent. Now we're moving on to the groundwork. And we also roll the all-seeing die. So I get another damage. And he gets a ×2. And then we roll, then we're moving on to the draft phase where we roll all the 4 dice. And we all got, okay, well, that keeps it fairly straightforward, doesn't it? There we go. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to deploy 2 people down. There we go. He is going to disperse twice where he's got the most people, like right here, that's here. And now he has 3 people here, 3 here. This is still the lowest region number. So he disperses again to the lowest regions and he spreads himself. I'm going to go do an Exodus action. Or, yeah, I don't want, afraid that he might do some damage. So I'm going to do this. I am going to hopefully be able to control this region over here. Over here. And I'm also going to put 1 here so that way he's not controlling that region. He now gets to roll the dice. He gets to not do another disperse action. So this is where he's got the most men. So go to the lowest region first, here and here. And that is the end of his turn. Because I've used up all my, oh, I forgot to use the damage die. Whoops. So just keep in mind, you do have to use the all-seeing die before executing all your action dice. When it comes over here, if I've got no action dice in my pool, I cannot activate the all-seeing dice. It's a missed opportunity. However, because I don't have any dice to play with, we move on to the victory points. Over here, I still got control of this site, so that's 1. And I still got control over this one, that's another 1. I maintain control of this, 4 against his 3. Over here, it's we're equal. He gets 2 points for this one because he controls and dominates. He also controls and dominates this one for another 2. and I control and dominate this one for 3. And I also get an extra point for having a horse on the field. And now we're moving on to the maintenance phase. So we move the district base over, oh, that's the objective token. Move the district base over to here, and we activate the chaos die for 3. We got AI deploys an elite troop. So, and says here, has no special condition to where he gets deployed to. So he gets deployed to the district base. Yeah. And now your AI attacks a region with a Stellan or Christen for 1 damage. Christen may modify this, so we're the most threat. Well, he's only here, so he only attacks this region here. So nothing happens. With a Stellan, yeah. And now we move on to the next one where he gains 4 Cora. Slowly depleting me of Cora. That's 3 there. Move it down 1 more and make that a 4. Now we move on to the spoil phase. I am controlling this location, so I get to deploy to or move to, and I am not going to do that. I'm just going to deploy to here. I control this region here, so I do get Cora, but rather than using Cora, I'm going to put this one on the field. And now that I've done that, I am now moving on to here. I control this region, so I get to do 2 reinforcements to an area, and I am going to... Which area do I want to reinforce where I've got people? I'm going to go reinforce over here, because I do like the reinforcement action. So I want to maintain my people here, and also keep in mind that means that area is also going to be targeted as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I am going to go here, so I can keep getting my Cora over there. Excellent. So now that is done. No more special character tokens during the spoil phase. We now move on to the groundwork where we each gain Cora. But rather than me getting a Cora, I am going to deploy one of these guys, and I am going to put you here. So I can keep getting those points. 1, 2, 3, and no, I'm going to put you over here. There we go, because I'm not too concerned by this area here, because it's going to target the area with the most threat or lowest region number. So, and now that that is done, he gets to deploy into the district base area, and so do I. And we get to roll the all-seeing die. And I get Cora, and you, my friend, gets to disperse twice. That's really unfortunate for you, considering you don't have a lot of people on the board. So now we go into the drafting phase. We will roll all the 4 dice, and what do we have? Wow. Okay, I'm gonna certainly grab the Cora, because while we've got Cora, I can spend it. So there we go. Excellent. And he can have the attack twice, which is kind of significant. That is, no, you know what? I will. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. No, I can't allow that. You can get more Cora though. There we go. Okay, now moving on to the action phase now, and I am going to, and I could use that. I'm going to use 2 Cora. Actually, I don't. Rather than using Cora, I get to actually put these people on the board without paying for them, which is quite the advantage. So I'm going to go for one of you and one of you. In fact, I do enjoy my horses. I want to use my horses more often. So rather than deploying this one here, I am going to put a horse out, because I want to start using some of those effects where you can sort of jump across and have a bit of fun there. So that is done. He goes over here and he gets 4 Cora. So I'm almost out of Cora. 3, 4. So eventually I won't be able to use that ability once I'm out. Now I have these 2 here, and I am going to do an Exodus action, because I want to spread my men out a bit. So I am going to go here and then here. So I'm going to move this one first. So here, I get to, and then move for a second time, and I get to take out this opponent using that horse. I am now going to 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go move here, and then move again, and take up this one. Not too concerned by this guild guy, and because he's also on the field, I didn't actually give him a point for that. So, oh no, he was put in place during the deploy elite. So there we go. And what am I going to do with these ones? I am going to try to control that region. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, yep, over here. And over here. At the start of each round, vitality after moving, cool. Okay. Don't necessarily got control of this region here, but I can certainly do some attacking later. So he gets to roll this dice, and he gets more Cora. There we go. Won't be very long, and I won't be able to deploy men. Excellent. Now that we are done, we now move on to the point phase of the game, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, so I'm still get 1 point for that one. He's got, oh, he's only got 1 man here. That's annoying. I only get 1 point for that one. I get 1 point for that one. And over here, I have control of that one. So that's 2 for me. That is 2 for him. I control that region for another 2. 20, 21, 22. I also control that region plus 1. That's 1, 2, and 3. So the objective here is first to 25 points. We haven't taken into consideration the elite troops at this point, but I'm the first to 25. But if we want to play this out, I will get 1, 2, 3, 4 points for my elite troops. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And he also gets a point for this one here. So that is the end of scenario 2. I did have a bit of an advantage where I didn't actually need Decora. I could just use it just to get men. But if you had depleted this, then I wouldn't have been able to actually get my men on the field. So excellent. Thank you very much for watching. I hope there might be a few little rules gooses here and there. You're all welcome to comment and help me become a better player playing this game. Thank you very much, and I'll see you at the table on the next one. Thank you.